Jack Nolan with you with Notre Dame linebackers coach Clark Lee. For those of you watching these interviews, you're wondering where we are. We're in the Chivarelli Lounge. It's been redone. They've even used some of the old bleachers here for some of the woodwork. It's going to be a great place for former players to gather. But we're focused on this season. The linebacking core looks like it's going to be a good one.
Well, we hope so. We're working on that right now, and still got a long way to go, but certainly trending the right way. And just got to put these last few weeks in of work and tee it up and see what happens.
I mean, every defense does revolve around what the linebackers do. How will these linebackers help you accomplish your goals for this defense this season?
Well, I think, there's a lot because we tie kind of the back end to the front end. And so our understanding of what we're trying to accomplish schematically, our execution of that, snap in, snap out, the consistency with which we do that, it's not going to be perfect, but that'll certainly play into the success of the whole. And so that's kind of what our focus is now. We know we have talented players. We know we have guys that love football. Can we get them in the right places, get them going at their top speed, and making plays when we're at the point of attack?
You, of course, have worked closely with Coach Elko, very disruptive defense at Wake Forest in recent years. How will that same defense transfer here to Notre Dame? Will you see that same productivity?
Well, it's certainly, we the scheme and the positions we put our players in, hopefully we're putting them in positions to have success. I think one thing in year one that you're working towards is a mastery of what the scheme asks of each position. When you're in a system for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, the scheme, the answers to the difficult schematic problems are kind of second nature to the players. They're still learning this stuff for the first time here. So certainly we feel like we have talented people that we're going to put in good positions, but the speed at which we learn the intricacies of the defense will be the difference to us reaching the productivity level we need to reach.
Now with a 4-2-5 set, are there more responsibilities? Because there's only two linebackers out there most of the time.
Well, we try to split the actual, when we talk about responsibilities, you try to split those up between varying levels, and so the Buck handles some communication, the Mike handles others. There's other people on the defense that communicate, that check, that do things for us too. So, the number of linebackers doesn't necessarily change the responsibilities, but the package that Coach Elko runs kind of spreads that burden out across the varying levels.
And right now, Niles Morgan playing a huge role in this day and age of so much publicity that is given to recruiting. He came in here so highly touted, and fans expect all of those highly touted players to be superstars right away. And even he admitted as a freshman he wasn't ready. He's waited his time. He's studied hard. How is he adjusting to that leadership role?
He has been fantastic. I mean, he's growing every day. He's learning. He's humble. He's approaching his work as though, he's a young person just trying to get better. And I think that's the only thing you can ask, and that's the best platform from which to lead, because the guys that you're leading are going to need to have the same approach. The thing that's unfair sometimes to guys like Niles is, we lose perspective on the fact that he's only played 3 years in college. This is his 4th season. There is a ton of room for him to grow and improve. It's not like he's a 10 or 12-year NFL veteran. And so, the challenge for him is just to keep a humble approach and to work every day to get better. And, when the dust settles at the end of the season, hopefully he's pleased with his level of productivity in his play, and he's helped us win a lot of games.
And another guy who seems to thrive on people telling him what he can't do, who has always made plays and continues to make plays, Greer Martini.
Greer is, a coach's dream. He's a perfectionist, works every day just to improve and to make the whole better than, it's not about him as an individual, it's about the team. And so he's been, for a coach, a steady presence for me to have, and been really pleased with his progress.
So oftentimes a linebacker's responsibilities involve being the quarterback, being the steady player, but in your defenses, they also have to be disruptive. So where is that fine line between those two responsibilities?
Well, we talk every day about emotional control, and practice gives us a great platform to practice that. There's stressful situations, there are emotional situations on the football field. Obviously, when the ball's snapped, I want these guys triggering and playing as fast as they can and violently at the point of attack and cutting through the line and doing those things. But between snaps, we need to have a calm mind, and we need to have informative communication going on so that we're kind of diagnosing the issues and correcting them. And so that's something we work on every day, and that's that balance you talk about. We want to play with spirit and with aggression, but at the same time we want to be cerebral about our approach, and that's something we have to train.
Thank you so much for the time at a very busy time of year. I'm Jack Nolan with Notre Dame Linebackers coach Clark Lee, reminding you that this training camp report is brought to you by our good friends at St. Joseph Health System.